Hey y'all, I am back. I decided to jump back on. I'm gonna wait to see and start letting everybody come into the room. I'm gonna start letting everybody come in once they start getting the notifications. And it's just open topics. We ain't talk about nothing tonight, really. Just whatever y'all want to talk about. It's been raining and I really wanted to enjoy the rain, but my lights went out. Okay, I see one person is in here. When it rains, I be really just wanting to enjoy the rain. I love to hear the rain. It's therapeutic. But all of the lights went out on my street. Hey, Miss Clarinetta. Hey, Samuel. All the lights went out on my street. My lights was out for 3 hours. Okay. Thank God I got a lot of candles. I'm a candle fanatic. I buy candles that smell good. So thank God I had candles and stuff. And I almost got up and went to my mama's house. I just did not feel like it. I was like, well, because they kept sending notifications saying that the lights will be back on at around 9:30, but they actually came back on at 8:30. So, and my dog was so scared because they was blinking on and off. I said, "My God, it's Halloween for real." And then they just went on out. Hey, new to you. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Samuel. Um, who else? Let me see. Oh, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Carlos P. But anyways, I had gotten on and I started talking earlier, child, and the lights went out again because they had popped off and came back on. So I got on and then they just started blinking like the haunted house. And you know, hey. Anyways, I wanted to get on tonight to chill with y'all. Because like I said, on rainy days, this was supposed to be a good day. But today has just not, it's just kind of been in disarray all day, anyways. So I was like, let me get on with my subscribers. I was wondering, yes, I know. It jumped right off. When the lights jumped off, it knocked the cable, the Wi-Fi off and um everything just went out. So and my poor dog, she was so scared. I was like, this dog she's just like a baby. She was shaking. I mean, she would not stop shaking. I had to take her and put her on my shoulder. So, is it raining in y'all's areas tonight? Like, has it been like really? And I have been praying for rain, child. They talking about, the Mississippi River is low and boats and stuff been getting stuck all in the river. That's what they claim. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they claim. I love the rain, but just don't like being in it. Right. I don't like the rain when I'm out in it. I love being at home when it rains. The rain is I love the rain. Brett Favre, we really need to bring awareness and make him viral. We need to make him viral. What did he do? Kind of bring me up to par on what happened with that. Yep. Let's talk about Brett and what he did, the black community in Mississippi. Brett, if I'm not mistaken, they asked Brett about something as it relates to a racial slur that someone made, and I'm almost sure it was him, maybe about a year or two ago. And they asked him how he felt about that racial slur, and he said it didn't that stuff like that didn't affect his life. He didn't know. Um, so I'm trying to figure out why people. Oh, I see. He stole millions from poor blacks in Mississippi. So are they going to hold his feet to the fire? Do y'all think the government gonna be on top of his head? Because what part of Mississippi is he from? Are the African Americans down there? Are the blacks down there in Mississippi making sure that the government hold his feet to the fire? Because I'm he's like in the southern part of Mississippi. He in the Delta, I believe, down there. Nope. See there? That's what I'm talking about. That's the reason why I raised that question. And it's a shame. That's why I always talk about our people need some repair because they focusing on counseling Kanye when Brett Favre needs to be handled. What's good to you? You saw Key Glock brought the Jackson State University, brought out. No, I didn't see that. Is it on his Instagram? Hey, Joy Loves God. No, the media is focusing on Kanye. Okay, so then what we need to do is we need to make sure because see the media will focus on if they focus on Kanye and we don't tune in, then they're forced to focus on something else because they don't get the ratings and then they won't get the advertising dollars. So what we need to do is we need to get our people together and organize and say whatever media is focusing on Kanye, we're not going to watch their media. That's going to force them to stop focusing on Kanye and put the focus on Brett Favre ass or something or on something else. But our people, we don't organize, we don't get together and strategize because it's a way to do stuff. And they mean that they are going to he's in Gulfport, Mississippi. Oh, the Lord. And they mean that they are going to mess Kanye over. They're really trying to break Kanye for real because ain't no way nobody want to work with him anymore. You could tell somebody with power having him blocked. Yeah, they trying to make him suffer. And as black people, we should be offended. So, like the Puffy Combs and all of them, all of these people, all of these medias that's doing this, what we have to do is we have to stop looking at their medias and make their media suffer. We don't have to not do nothing. There's a way that we can stop them from doing black folks like this. When the Jews get mad about something, the Jews wasn't mad when they was using them goddamn racial slurs. Don't get me mad. And somebody gonna bring their asses right in my chat talking about the Jewish people. Okay. And anti-Semitic. Well, I mean, the Jewish people on the medias and they're consistently supporting a lot of these racist people. Okay, so I just kind of feel like the Jews are anti-black and they're racist towards black people. How about that? But see, black people ain't not looking at their medias. It's a way to hurt their damn pockets because that's all they care about is that. They don't give a damn about Kanye. It don't hurt the Jewish people to break Kanye because they never gave a damn about him. It hurt the Jewish people if black folks stop putting money in their pockets. Hell, they can't get mad and decide they gonna break somebody. He anti-Semitic. Now that person canceled, and black folks with their cuckabug head asses go right along with it. Yeah, I know he called me a nigga, but he anti-Semitic. Our people sick. And I'm serious. Yeah, they call us niggas and we dumb and we monkeys and all that. They said that, but they talk about the Jews. We gonna cancel them for talking about the Jews. Our people need help. Because we be ready to line our own folks up when the Jews say do it. Hell, the Jews ain't canceling Mel Gibson, them asses. Cancel Justin Bieber. They didn't do that. And black folks didn't cancel Justin Bieber because the Jews ain't said nothing about it. Hell, I went looking for that incident Justin Bieber. I went looking for what Justin Bieber said about black people. Okay. Probably the other day. And then he done did something in 2021 where he apologized. The Jews let him apologize because they own the media. They don't give a damn about black people, but they've had black people to counsel Kanye West and because they say he anti-Semitic. A lot of black folks don't even know what anti-Semitic mean. He anti-Semitic. We canceling him. If they didn't cancel him when they were saying he was saying all that stuff about black folks, we ain't canceling him now. The Jews weren't canceling him then. Black folks didn't cancel him then. So why we canceling him now? Because he said something the Jews didn't like. So we stick with other people. We go in on our people for saying something that other races don't like, but other races don't get with us. Don't stick with us when these folks are, making racial slurs against black people. So I don't give a damn about what they talking about. They ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't no need to listen. If the black folks down there in the southern part of Mississippi, I live in Mississippi. I love Mississippi, but I live in the northern part. Okay, you have to understand the mindset of some. When you start going deep down in the South like that. Okay, so, some of them are stuck in the 60s, and a lot of them weren't even born in the damn 60s. They stuck in the 50s and they was born in the 80s. Our people need some repair. I'm serious. Let's see. I want to go live with you on this topic. Okay. Period. Wasn't Justin Bieber just saying half of his face paralyzed? It looked fake to me. Hey, it's a lot of stuff, Samuel, that we could change. It is. It's a lot of stuff that if we organize, we could truly change. But we're so against each other. All it takes is them putting a black person that looks like they are a success story in front of us. What they really doing is lynching or trying to lynch. Okay. Kanye. That's what they're doing. They're doing a lynching and they're getting black people to help them do it. They don't even realize it. You're not going to get me to say anything about Kanye because the Jews mad at him. Hell, the Jews ain't saying nothing. So, and then now what they'll throw up is, and he spoke illy of black women. How come they didn't cancel him then? They own the media when he was talking about black folks. How come they didn't cancel him? Because they didn't give a damn. And I'm going to tell you something. What they fussing about ain't what they mad about. I'm going to tell you what they mad about. Kanye said that how can I be racist against Jews when black people are Jews? Kanye about putting the truth out there. A lot of black folks, we don't know our history. In the beginning, all the Jews were, the Jews that God talk about in the Bible, they had that skin of bronze, eyes of fire, hair of coal. Jesus wasn't black. We's niggas. Kanye gonna put the truth out there. So they got to use us to lynch him so we could always stay in the dark. They ain't mad about Kanye saying nothing about the Jews. They mad because he about to educate black people on who we are. And he don't give a damn no more. He about to put it all out there because he know the truth. That's what he mad about. The Jews know they ain't no Jew with white skin is the original Jew. How about that? Now I'm finna have some black folks mad at me. She know we's niggas. He telling the truth. He gonna put the truth out there. That's that, You'll have a house. We'll hack her page. She gonna wake them niggas up. It's the truth. I never understood how a preacher that say they sold out to Christ, and the Bible says he had skin of bronze or whatever, a skin of coal, eyes of fire, and hair of wool. Don't that look like us? And they sit up with a white man with blue eyes and long hair in their church. And then they'll sit up and they'll get a hoop, and he had eyes of fire and get the hooping and going on. And speaking about what's in the Bible, Jesus walked around Ethiopia and all those different places. Kanye know that. They know Kanye got the audience to put it out there and tell the truth like Bob Marley did. They got rid of him. But we be so dead set on trying to take our own people out. We ain't even worried about why they trying to lynch you. Yeah, he say he a billionaire. Yeah, we gonna cancel him. Just tell them niggas he's successful, he got some money, because you know they'll kill each other. They think somebody got one more hot dog. That's how they play us than them. Kanye about to put truth out. He don't put it out. He said it. And that's what's got them Jews mad. They've hijacked everything that belonged to us. Okay. So I'm not going against Kanye. I don't give a damn what nobody think. See, I had not even gotten into that when I was saying before Kanye about to put the truth out there. I'm not going against Kanye. I was listening to what Kanye was saying. They trying to cancel him, because he got a big audience. And they got to use the black people because we spend so much money in this economy. We keep them rich. They can't have all of us mad at them. That messes their lineage and their wealth up. The wealth that they hijack from the black community to take care of their kids and keep generational wealth going in their communities. So they have to make a fool out of us. He talked about black women. How come they ain't cancel him then? They kept playing his music and putting him on TV and all that. Okay. Now they got to make you emotional like they give a damn about black women. Hell, he been said that they didn't cancel him. Our people got to wake up. You a black woman. You supposed to care. Yeah, I'm a black woman, and I see they trying to lynch him. They just lynching him in another way. Hell, we all talk about each other. I get on here and call black folks cuckabug ass, but who gonna stand up for my race more than me? I'll be ready to jack a nigga talk about black people. He anti-Semitic. We gonna cancel him. You don't even know what anti-Semitic is. You don't even know what it means. A lot of you. But you gonna cancel him. Hell. Media is already saying Diddy is a new right. Diddy should be, now that's who we ought to be canceling. Now y'all talking about the cancel culture. Let's cancel Diddy. And let me just say this, because I mean everybody with black skin ain't really black. Okay. Diddy needs to have been canceled. With you look at Diddy has helped. Diddy has done more damage to black people. If you listen to the artists that has been on his label and people that have done business with Diddy, he has helped to keep people. He has kept people impoverished. He has made people have nervous breakdowns, and they have kept him as the gatekeeper, as helping to snatch a black man's manhood. Okay. To annihilate them, to get them to doing something kind of funny for some money. We should have been canceled that nigga. But the media bigs him up, and we believe that Diddy is a success story, the biggest demon out there. I don't give a damn about him. Cancel him. You see who they put out front. They try to rip and lynch Kanye and get black people to help them do it. And now all of a sudden Diddy is a billionaire off the backs of what he has done to a lot of other black people. Y'all heard the men when they had nervous breakdowns talk about what Diddy try to get them to do. They ain't lying on him. didn't should have been canceled. Okay. Kanye ain't lying on them folks. He too crazy to lie. Kim them been put him in a sunken place, and I just think he don't give a damn no more. He ready to come out, and when people lose their minds and stuff, and they ready to come out of that sunken place, they tell it all because they don't give a damn. When that man sat up there and said, "How can I be prejudiced against Jews when I'm a black person?" He said, "Black people are Jews." That's what they mad at. And black people don't even know that. I's ain't no Jew. I's a Christian. I's a Christian. Okay. I'll never forget. I had got on my TV show, and I started learning about our history. I was so excited, and I was getting on my TV show because I love to read and research. That's why I'm an investigator. And so I was getting on my TV show, and I was talking about, when I was like, go back and read the lost books of the Bible. They took a lot of those books out because in the lost books of the Bible, there were a lot of women um, that was extremely instrumental. And the Bible scholars were saying that a lot of them, the men that were chauvinists back in those days, they wanted to take that out because they kind of wanted women to stay in their places. Okay, so they kind of omitted that in the Bible. And when I started learning about Jesus had walked around Ethiopia, that's places in Africa. And when you stop listening to just intaking whatever somebody put into your brain and then go to the source and start dissecting stuff for yourself, you go, well, hell, we've been saying he had eyes of coal, no, skin of coal, eyes of fire, and hair of coal, or whatever. I'm saying it wrong, but y'all heard me say it before. I done got mixed up. But it equates to him being a black man, right? So I'll never forget. I was talking about that on my TV show, and I was so excited. And I got a gospel show, so I do gospel videos and stuff. So a lot of the big pastors around the Memphis area and the surrounding areas be looking at that show on the weekends, right? And I'll never forget this pastor, and he got a big church too. He had a his church services came on. He didn't want to put them on my network. He put them on the White People's Network. But at any rate, I had gone to his church before and I quit going, but I happened to tune in to him. I don't know why, but I had not watched him in a long time, but I had happened to tune in to him. He said, and I was looking at this show, and these women be hollering about Jesus black. Jesus wasn't no black man. He was just a little darker than the other white people. I said, this motherfucker, this so-and-so. It's a darn shame what a lot of these, I hate to say it, not all of them, but some of these pastors would do whatever is necessary to help to keep black people in bondage. And I'm serious. They don't never necessarily want you to know the truth because they want you to always feel like be broke, busted in the skull. Well, I ain't happy. I'm suffering, but I'm sure gonna get mine when I get to heaven. The devil is a damn lie. I'm not gonna be miserable on this side of the earth and wait to die and be hit and be happy. They are motherfucking lie. Okay, and it pisses me off because during Christmas time I always adopt a senior's home. Okay, and it's a lot of those seniors that their kids take them to the seniors homes, and when I go in there, all they be wanting is blankets and You mess around and give them a coffee mug, their own coffee mug. Oh my God. They just take their mamas and daddies and aunties and stuff and put them in a senior's home, and they ain't had nobody in there. And they be so happy when you come in there with them bags and stuff because people don't forgot about them. But those seniors who are in their 70s and 80s, who all they wanted to do was get to heaven, and they gave their last when they was working, when they was on a fixed income and stuff. Some of these preachers, they ought to been trying to get them something. Instead, they tricked them out of their last dime. Well, I ain't got no money. They already ain't got nothing. They having to take their little check and buy their medicine and food, pay their light bill and stuff. They living on a fixed income. And them niggas standing in the pulpit, them pimps in the pulpit, some of them ought to been trying to help them. Instead, they say, you want to get to heaven? God say, give what you got. You give your light bill money. No. And they didn't like the fact that I was getting on my show. And I was saying, well, you blessed I feel like you blessed if you got your light bill money. You are already blessed. Okay. But they want people to feel like that, as long as your spirit is broken, y'all, people are able to play a whole lot of games with you. That's the reason why if you ever, I've worked with women in, especially volunteer work. And I still work with one right now that has a shelter. Abusers always try to mess with a woman's mind to keep them broken. Okay? That's why when I know somebody is a manipulator, because I'll try to be nice as long as I can. You can't try and manipulate me because I'm gonna cuss you out. So if people can keep you broken and feeling like that you really ain't got no other options, they'll play games with you. They're able to control you. Okay. And so as long as they got Black people feeling like, well, it's a sin to want more. When I started, I told y'all my dad was an elected official. And my dad said, when you start doing these business deals, when you go into these rooms with these people, he said, I want you to always ask for what you want. Don't ask for a little bit. If you get into a room with them, you ask them for 100% of what you want. He said, you know why? I said, why, Dad? He said, because I heard a rich white man say one time, when I talk to Black people, when they be in these meetings, they don't ever say what they really want. They'll say, well, I need this, but if you could just give me half, when they was willing to give it all to you. I ain't talking about a greedy dog that ain't got nothing to offer, but they want to try to get everything. Not you. Okay. I'm talking about if you got a service, don't ever cut yourself short. Ever. I have a business. My investigative company does very well. And I'm going to tell you something. It's because my prices are what they are. You're going to either pay for it, okay, or you're not. And when I'm being at the price that the prices that I charge, you ain't going to call me. Certain people don't call me anyways. Because sometimes when I hear somebody on the other end of the phone, I want to know how much you know what, I'm booked. Let me give you a number to another investigative company. I already know. I don't even want to deal with you because I ain't doing no cuts. You gonna pay it all. I want all of it. You giving me everything because that's how I roll. I don't do nothing until I get 100%. I pay you some now, and when you finish now, we can't do business. That's not how I do business. Okay. I need it all. You don't tell me what I'm gonna do in my business. Okay. But we don't ask for, we've been taught that we're being, especially if you got a gift, you don't ever let nobody pimp your gift out. I know how talented I am. Okay. I don't let nobody pimp out my gifts. I might help you if I'll help, and I'll tell you from the start, look, I'm gonna help you because I want to help you. Okay. You ain't making no fool out of me. I want to help you. Okay. But they got black people thinking, you shouldn't ask for what you worth. Well, God said you ain't supposed to do that. Hell, I wouldn't even want to go to my office. I ain't gonna sit out all night and help these rich folks get pictures of their husbands cheating and get all half of his fortune, and I get nothing. I'm tired half of the time. I can't even raise my damn head up if I've been on a case for nights and nights and nights. Y'all don't know the shit I go through. And she gonna get half of his fortune, and I get a little bit, and I helped her to get it. Her lawyer ain't cutting no corners. Her investigator ain't gonna cut none either, because I'm the one that make her damn lawyer look good in court. Her lawyer ain't gonna get out there and be out there 2, 3 o'clock in the morning waiting on her husband to come out of that hotel room with his girlfriend and get them pictures. Hell no, he at home sleep. I'm the one doing it with my pistol on my lap, and I gets paid dearly for it. They're gonna pay me just like they pay them lawyers. Okay. But as black people, we've been taught that we greedy if we got a talent, not you untalentless niggas. The ones that's got gifts, that God has blessed them with some type of gift and talent. Sell yourself short. I can't tell you how many times with my TV network I've had pastors that had tried to get close to me. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, yes, I want to put a lot of positive stuff into the atmosphere. I would love for these churches. Young lady, why don't you come on and start coming over here going to my church? I said, oh, Lord, I'll come and visit. Well, young lady, I want to do business with you, but God said God said you supposed to give. Can't you donate some of that time to the church? Hell no. I have to pay Comcast every damn month off the chain. I have to make sure I get enough advertisers to pay them. You think I'm going to give it to you for free and you getting all that money in the pulpit? Hell no. Okay. But then they'll go to Channel 5, Channel 13, the national medias. They hands be trembling, snot coming all out the damn nose, spit coming out their mouth, foaming at the damn mouth, trying to let them white folks know, I will make a lot of money off my church. I can pay you 3 times what you asked for. Okay? They be wanting them to know that they could pay for it. Okay? But they want to ask me, can't you give? Can't you donate some of that time to get the good news out on the TV? Hell no. I sure can't donate it. I ain't rich. I'm trying to build something. Them other media's rich. You go take them all the church's money and you want me to donate and keep me in the hole? Hell no. And they lucky I don't cuss them out. Because I'm going to tell you something. I never forget. I walked into a church, and that's another thing. I'm just all over the place because I'm letting it all out tonight. Okay. And I walked into a church and I saw this pastor had called me. And I know I be sitting on TV and I have on them tall heels and them short dresses. Okay. But I will, when they too short, I put a thing over my leg. And I'll never forget, but it's always classy. I'm going to tell y'all that right now because I ain't never showed no ass on TV. Never. And this pastor had called, his secretary called me, and I was so excited. She was like, Pastor, I'm not going to say his name, was looking at your show, and you sell airtime on your network. I said, I do. And I was so excited. He wants to know if he could have a meeting with you. I said, yes. I called my mom and my dad. I was so glad. I was like, you never believe, my mama loved this pastor. Y'all, when I walked and when I went into the meeting, I was so excited. We scheduled a meeting. We walked into the meeting and I cried when I got in the car. Y'all don't believe I cried like a baby. I was hurt. When I walked in and I reached my hand out to him to shake his hand because I was just in awe of this pastor that everybody loved, that be preaching and hooping and going on, that everybody loved, wanted a meeting and to talk about getting some airtime on my network. That man scratched me in the middle of my hand. Now, y'all know I come from I grew up in the projects until I was about 12, almost 13 years old, and we fought. We knew how to fight. I was so hurt when that man did that. I said, this nigga scratched me in my hand. He scratched me in the middle of my damn hands, y'all. My grandmama had already taught me what that was. I had to sit on my fist. I did. I had to sit on my fist to keep from giving that nigga a strong right hook. I was just that hurt. And he was not much interested in doing business with me because I was not flirtatious with him. I was mad as hell. When I got into the car, I couldn't hold it. As soon as I didn't even pull off of his church lot, I called my mama and I was wailing. I was boohooing and crying because I was hurt because I had a lot of respect for that pastor. And I'm thinking, as a young African-American woman, he really wanted to he had his ugly ass on the white people networks, but he wanted to scratch me in my damn hand, and I guess want me to compromise myself so I could, so I could, how, because some women would flirt with these folks to try and do something else just to get their business and their contracts. I was not going. I was hurt that man did that. And I had my fist ball up the whole time. And I put my fist up under my damn thigh to keep from busting his damn eye. Okay? Because I wanted to swing on it. And my mama said, you sure? You sure? My mama's so sweet. You sure he scratched you in the middle of your hands? I said, Mama, that man scratched my hand. He dug in the middle of my hand. He's such a good preacher. You sure he did that? I called my daddy. I was crying. My daddy said, I tell you what you do. Maybe we should just start looking at getting you some sales people to start going out. You don't need to go out anyways. They see you on TV. They don't know. They be trying to get you over there to their office. My dad wasn't really that mad about it because he know how men are. But he was like, from now on, you just don't go out. You send somebody else. We'll start hiring sales people that could work on commission. But this is what Black people do to each other. Y'all think if I had been one of those white girls that he always put his TV, his church services on the white people network, if I had been one of them white girls that walked in there, do y'all think he would have scratched their hands? Hell no. He would have been too scared to look at them. Barely. Yeah, that was a straight violation. We are worth what God said. We are according to his word and beautifully and wonderfully made. But he never made anybody handicapped or gave anybody Down syndrome. Mm. Yeah, I'm a Leo. When I get mad, I can start crying. I'm telling you, I have to cry to release it. I had to release it. I couldn't, what I wanted to do, I couldn't do. So I had to cry to release it. Because I was just too excited to have a meeting with that pastor. And that man scratched me in the middle of my damn hand. He didn't call me. They never did call me back or nothing. He already knew I was mad as hell at him. And he lucky that I wasn't messy enough to get on my TV show and call his name because I could have did it. I had a whole church community looking at my show, especially them videos. He lucky I didn't do that, but I didn't do it because I'm not messy like that. But God gonna deal with him because I was looking at somebody was sharing something on Facebook the other day. He old as hell anyways now, but he looks terrible. That man has had so many scandals to happen. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what's wrong with our people. Like all the scandals that man had at his church, and he was right in the midst of it. You couldn't keep them folks. You know, I had worked with this lady, and he had a scandal to happen at his church. And I asked her about it when I was working at the sheriff's office. I said, "You still go over there to that church?" She said, "Yeah, that's my shepherd." That's how she said it. And the biggest damn devil at the damn sheriff's office. Hell, she was, but that's how she said it. Like she was all churchy. That's my shepherd here on earth. I said, "Ain't this some shit? They all some damn devils." And I swear, I mean, it seemed like it made the women want it more. You know, that's why I say, like, a lot of the stuff, like, a lot of this stuff go on in our community because we don't stop it. Because we could have been stopped that. We could have been stopped that. She did say that, yam, and that's my shepherd. I said, ain't this some shit? Damn devils. And she cut up bad at the damn sheriff's office. I said, a bunch of damn devils. And he had that was like his third damn scandal. Hell, he loved women. Let me be quiet because they'll be able to figure out who it was. And which I don't give a damn. Let me just say that. But a lot of these people we keep propped up because he knows how to preach real good. That man was scandalous, and he probably still is because you know Viagra is making a damn fool out of some of these old men for real, and he is an old one. Okay, he real old now, so he probably still cutting up, taking that Viagra. But you couldn't get them women to leave that church. I think they like those scandals because every time there was a scandal and you know somebody was exposed, the woman would leave the church. You know, she would go missing at the church, and I think some of those other women felt like, oh, okay, well, she out the door, maybe I got a chance now. That's the kind of stuff that give the unsaved the wrong impressions of God and make them not want nothing to do with him. That's true. I agree. Especially a lot of these young folks that's not really being taught about God. They don't know anything about God because they're not really being taught. So you're right. When they see stuff like that, and especially when they don't really have an understanding of who God truly is, it do kind of turn them away from God. And it's not right. It's not right what these people doing. Um, some of these pastors get married and divorced more than anyone. Absolutely right. You're right. I agree. Mhm. Hold on for a second, you guys. um, some of these, yeah, yeah, they get married and they get divorced, and the only reason why they get married is because, I guess they feel like it looked bad to be constantly screwing their girlfriend, and God says that you're supposed to be married, or they want to, they, a lot of these folks just sick, stroking their emotional egos. Jesus is constantly having all that stuff. And absolutely, God has been exposing a lot of stuff. That's why, a lot of stuff that it seems bad, like even a lot of this stuff that go on in the entertainment industry. I know a lot of this stuff that's starting to come out. Sometimes it seems really bad, and it is bad. But it's also good that God is starting to expose it. Because just think, like, a lot of this stuff that's coming out, we couldn't even, a lot of it you can't even, you go, dog, I never would have thought something like this was going on. And then you go, well, I thank God for really exposing it, because you know what to look out for, and you know what to pray against. Because a lot of the demonic stuff that these people are doing now, it takes fasting and praying. I fast at least one time a week now, and I don't do it all day. I choose a time, and I go, I'm gonna fast from this time to this time, and I'm telling y'all, it works. I don't eat anything. I don't drink anything. I don't take no phone calls. And 15 minutes before I come off of the fast for my appointed time, I either get on the praying line that I get on. Okay, that's 24 hours. Or I go into a place, like if I'm out on a case and I'm sitting in my car, that's a good thing, because I get to start praying, because I'm off by myself in my car most of the time, you know. Um, or if I'm at home, I'll go into my closet and start praying, or I'll get on the praying line. And I'm telling you, it works, because in this season, I think people, for some reason, people don't like to know truth. It's something about the truth that people don't want to know. Oh, the truth just hurts me. But I think people should be asking God to reveal. I just feel like this is the season of revelation. And as soon as you go into meditation and go up into the spiritual realm and start commanding some stuff, and get the right types of entities into your atmosphere, God will start exposing and revealing things to you. And I'm serious. Even if you walk into stuff blindly, God will start revealing that instantly, especially when you favor, when God has some things that, some plans for your life where He doesn't want different types of negative entities and energies, disturbing your peace and stuff like that, when you have a mission and a journey. And me and one of my friends was talking about that tonight. We was talking about, nobody wants to do this journey alone. And I think, like, sometimes people get they kind of get discouraged, because when you are about your business, and there are a lot of people that's about their business, it is. And if they're by themselves, sometimes they get lonely and they go, well, I get tired of, being on this journey by myself. I don't really believe, even though the prophet Jeremiah, he never married, I really believe that God made somebody for everybody. And if you go into prayer and meditation, and you stay about your journey, just like I don't think it Esther that was gleaning in the field. She was out there about her business. I believe it was Esther. Was it Ruth or Esther? You get about your journey, and that could be vice versa, a man, too. But the men are the hunters, um, the men are the hunters. And I think women forget that. They trying so hard to reverse that. But men are the hunters. They go after what they want. It was Ruth. Thank you, Joy Loves God. Men go after what they want. If they're not hunting you, that's why women start to feel a certain type of way, because men go after what they want. If he ain't hunting you, it is probably because he is hunting somebody else. I don't care how shy he is. If a man wants you, he is not going to let you be. He ain't going to leave you out there for another man to get you. Now there are a lot of fools, but they hunt what they want. But I think, you think about society now and what the media is putting out. They tell the women that you need to get down on your knee and ask the man to propose to you. I mean, that's sick. And I'm serious. Like, I don't believe in stuff like that. That's not old fashioned. That's you know, I just I can't I could never do that. Ask a man to marry me. The Bible says when a man findeth a wife, he finds a good thing. He's supposed to find his wife. And you better know, y'all know how men are. We've been in relationship with men. When they want you, they will not leave you alone. They hunts. I ain't talking about no damn stalker either, because some of them stalkers. Me too. God really reveals when you right. God reveals stuff when you fast, and I would recommend it to anybody to to at least try to fast at least one time a week for like maybe 6 hours or something like that, where you're meditating and praying and commanding some things. But I think, people are so evil now. What they do is they like to use whatever power they think they have um to try to go up against other people because they're jealous of them. And see, that's when you start talking about um um stuff backfiring on you, because instead of praying for God to make you a better person, to guide you, to lead you into your destination, to help you to stay on the path that he would have you on, you have folks sit up all night praying against other folks. Lord, kill them. And then the next thing you know, their ass is somewhere dead and stinking. Because you don't know what kind of prayers that person got wrapped around them. You have to be extremely careful when you're praying evil prayers on favored people, just because of your mental illnesses, you know. And so instead of people using their energy to ask God to, hey, tyranny, to help them, they sit up all night and use their mouth and their words to try and curse other people instead of asking God to bless them and help them. And that's why I say it's just a lot of twisted people out there. It's a lot of twisted people. Satan can't heal the sick or raise the dead. He never brought my late dad back, who died from cancer. Yeah, I tell you. We was talking. What was I think Samuel? I started talking about so much stuff. Samuel went on ahead and left the room. He wanted to talk about Brett Favre, but with Brett, hey, I guess we could, if we could all organize, and make them hold Brett's feet to the fire. We could make them, but you have to think about, are the black people gonna do that? No, they'd rather organize and help them to cancel Kanye. Okay, that's the mindset of our people. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, like today, the devil really tried to come at me today. But you know, like I was saying, everything that seems bad isn't bad. A lot of times God just be revealing stuff to you. And it ain't nothing wrong with God revealing. Mhm. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see something. Okay, I'm back. Um, let's see. I strive with the Holy Spirit and dispatch the angels basically all day. Yeah. And you have to be careful about who you allow into your atmosphere. Um, because there are a lot of energy vampires out there that is disguised, you know. We have to, especially when you have to fast, and we all have to fast and pray to stay positive, to stay on the right track. People want good energy, but they don't necessarily want to do what it takes to have good energy. You have to really do affirmations. You have to keep negative entities and stuff away from you. I mean, it costs to be positive and to be sane, really. That's why there's so many people insane, because they got so many demonic forces attached to them. And if you're not careful, sometimes people may not be bad people, but they may be connected to a lot of demonic forces. Have you ever known, like, a different, because I have cousins, you know what I mean? And like I always say, my cousins are very good looking guys. And so I see their moods a lot because they're womanizers. And they have a lot of different women attached to them. And each and every one of those women, they might have one, that might actually be good for them, but they have so many different women attached to them. They it keeps their mind confused, and all of those different women have different types of spirits on them. And then I see how, like, maybe their main girlfriend or whatever they might call her, the one that's been with them the longest. I it, I see how, with them dealing with all of those different types of women, I see how it messes with the girls that they oftentimes that they might be with, that might have been with the longest, that long suffering. Because they got so many different demons attached to them, it starts to affect the women that they had the whole time. And so that's why I say you have to be careful. My cousins are not bad people, okay? But they come with a lot of baggage because they got all of those different entities, and that happens with a lot of women and men. That's why you have to be extremely careful, and you have to vet people before you let them into your life, because they might be cool, but you have to see who all they got around them. Because when I say they have a lot of different type of women have those competitive spirits. They'll watch another woman, and if they feel like that's their competition, they will become that woman, on down to how she talk. It's just a lot of sick people. And so that's why you have to be very careful. People watch you to try to pull and drain whatever God has blessed you with. You see that on YouTube. Okay? You see stuff like that on YouTube. And which is cool. Those spirits transfer and become over. Absolutely, those spirits transfer. And then the next thing you know, you've been peaceful, you've been good, and all of a sudden you are disrupted. Those spirits, and shoot, some of these women got such spirits on them, they will reach out to you and try and disrupt your peace and won't leave you alone. But it is because, I don't try to give my cousins any passes. They good, they my cousins, but my it's because of my cousin. So when there are people, and I'm just saying anybody, when there are people that bring chaos and stuff in your life, it's best to close the door on that. Ain't nobody worth your peace. I'm telling you, ain't nobody worth your peace. Um, yep, JLG. Hmm. Hold on, y'all. Um, okay, I'm back. I be consistently getting notifications. I guess I must be following Charleston White on Facebook. I don't even be on Facebook, really. I might go on Facebook sometimes if I want to see some of my family members that live like up in Indiana or something, to see what they got going on because I be missing them. But other than that, I don't really go on Facebook unless I get a notification. And I guess I must be following him because I be constantly getting notifications that he posts something. So I guess he be on Facebook a lot because I done got about 3 notifications since I've been just like within the last few minutes. So I guess he's still trending too, Charleston White. I hope Charleston White be careful. I would hate for something to happen to him, but he can't be reckless like that with his mouth and talk about people's children and be disrespectful of them and be disrespectful of their parents. He's even if he's calling himself being a comedian, that's not funny. That's stepping over the line, even as a comedian. And I think somebody, needs to let him know that. Hey, Savage 101. Mm-hmm. He spoke against the Jews. He might get for real canceled. But if the black people start spending their money with the Jews, they'll rethink that. We could stop all that what the Jews is doing by not looking at their medias. Hell, it don't be a damn thing on TV anyways. Okay. Um, I mean, other than when my show come on, and that's a black media, and we could stop spending money with them. Go take our money and put them in the black banks. Okay, let's do that. Pay your credit cards off and cancel all of them and keep one for an emergency, and only patronize black businesses. The Jews gonna rethink what that lynching that they trying to do to Kanye. We could stop all this, but we won't do it. Too Pretty Miss Kitty said, people think I'm crazy. I don't watch TV. I don't necessarily look at a lot of the news media now. I haven't I haven't worked and been in the midst of, when I worked for the police department, I saw how the news media told lies. I don't know if breaking stories and developing stories and ongoing investigations. They're very tight-lipped on that. They don't leak out nothing. The only way that you're gonna get some information, some accurate information on an ongoing investigation, is if you know somebody from the inside, okay, that's working on that case and they trust you. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, we already know that news anchors are not trustworthy because they want to be the first to break a story. So they'll say it's off record, and it's never off record. They're gonna go and break the damn story, so they ain't getting no information. Kanye ain't for us until all us got. Kanye ain't for us until all he got is us. Well, we know the Jews ain't for us for sure. So if it took that to bring Kanye back, he is black. Okay. And Kanye, the Jews didn't they didn't count. We weren't trying to cancel him when he said that stuff about black people. How come we should have canceled him at that point? But the Jewish medias did not sensationalize it. They didn't have no issues with it, so they didn't cancel Kanye. They wasn't putting it into the media constantly. Okay. So I'm not canceling him now. Just because the Jews say he's anti-Semitic, he's not anti-Semitic. Like Kanye says, black people are the original Jews. That's what they mad at him for. That's what they're mad at. Kanye put the truth out there. He could have said anything, but that they don't want black people to know they're the original. We the original Jews. Okay, right. All Jews are not bad. Just like all black people are not bad, all white people are not bad. I mean, that's bad in every, race. And I think Jew is just a religion, right? I don't know if it's a race. I don't think it's a race. I think it's just a religion. Somebody correct me though. Um, my therapist is Jew. Hmm. That's what I thought. Look at how bad I'm a Christian. Look at how bad they do to Christians. They anti-Christ. How come ain't nobody get mad about that? They took prayer out of the schools. They don't want Christians saying Jesus' name. They curse Jesus. They say he wasn't real. Um, it's a lot of stuff that go on. So they the antichrist. How come we ain't counseling the people that are the antichrist? Oh, okay. If they say you anti-Semitic, you gotta starve to death. You gotta be lynched. Okay. I don't believe in religion. I'm spiritual, one creator. Okay. I told y'all that's why they mad at Kanye. Kanye could have said anything. First of all, Kanye started talking. They know Kanye is a wild card. He started talking about their bad business deals and what they was doing in the industry. And then he messed around and said, I'm not anti-Semitic. Black people are Jews. Well, the original Jews were black. Kanye dare put that out into the atmosphere that a lot of what was for black people had been hijacked. Mm. So, Kanye knows some truth. Even in that sunken place, he still got some of his mind. Kim them went and put him in a sunken place. And because black people are really favored, you know, um God's still able to use him because he went and dedicated his life to God. So God is able to use him and got his hands on him when he's speaking some truth, and he's trying to put the truth into the atmosphere, and black people working with um some of these Jews, not all of them, the ones that saying he's anti-Semitic, they're antichrist and anti-black, and a lot of them racist because they're still supporting a lot of these people in Hollywood that are of other races that have made racial slurs against black people, and the Jews ain't did a damn thing about it, but still sponsor and support them. So they anti-black. So are we gonna cancel them? First he was a genius. Now that he speak the truth, he's crazy. Right. That's how they do you. Too pretty, Miss Kitty. Aunt Will says all facts, no arguments here. Adidas was made by the what's it, Nazis and Puma. Years ago, a lady by the name of Madeline Murray O'Hara went to the courts and had prayer removed. Right. She was antichrist. She was what is it called when you don't believe in God? It's not, it's another word. It's not antichrist. It's called it's right on the tip of my tongue. What is that word? What is it when you don't believe in God? I forgot what they call her. And she did that by her damn self. And it's so many Christians. It's atheists, absolutely. It's about 5 or 6 churches that sit on one damn corner, and that's just on one side of the damn street. And they let a atheist old white lady go to the courts and fought by herself, and got that taken out of got prayer taken out of schools. But we talking about we Christians, and every other person hollering about they are Christian, but we don't really stand for nothing. Okay. We let the Jews lynch Kanye and don't do a damn thing, but the Jews ain't stood with the Christians on shit. That's the reason why they can own all the medias, and a lot of these people can get that in they Jewish owned medias and make racial slurs, and the Jews fix it up in their medias where they come back crying with snot coming out of their damn nose, talking about I had love to did black people since I wasn't raised like that. I was sorry. And black people accept it, but they want to cancel Kanye. It's called damage control in the media. That's what they do. And I know I'm not saying all Jewish people are bad. Chelsea Clinton say the Jews were wrong for what they were doing, and she married to one. Yeah, the Jews wrong. They trying to teach Kanye. I did a show on this. They trying to teach Kanye. I did a show on this a few days back, last week or something. Yeah, last week. They trying to teach Kanye and everybody in the all black people that are in entertainment, because they know black people will do anything. Not all of us, not us that's on here. I'm just talking about a lot of our people for a damn dollar. Okay. And for a look, just to be famous. Hell, they ain't giving them no damn money. They say, I promise to make you famous. It don't register to them that they ain't saying nothing about being wealthy. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be on TV and ain't getting a damn dime. Okay. But they teaching people in the media, I mean in the entertainment business, if you dare say anything, talk about telling the truth. If you dare talk about telling the truth, this is what we're gonna do to you. It's wrong, and we as black people sitting back letting them do this to Kanye. It ain't right. It's not right what they're doing to Kanye. And these celebrities, these black celebrities, so scared. It is ridiculous. They're not saying nothing. The brother got into it and one went and made Puma. Wow. Ain't that something? Mm-mm-mm. My phone stay dead. I can't even find the other one. I bet it's dead too. Let me call it. The other one just popped on. Oh, there it is. Okay. But people are programmed to They will not stop shopping because some really believe Kanye is crazy. No, Kanye ain't crazy. It's just a lot of people don't know their history. And I'm not saying that everything that Kanye has done in the past has been right. Everything, I mean, we all do things wrong, but what they're doing to him, I don't appreciate. I can't understand why black people don't see that these people are trying to make sure, you know, hey, they're using him, they're demonstrating on him that you stay in your place and you don't say nothing. You remain a cuckabug head. And if you dare speak about anything that goes on in the industry, if you dare say anything we don't like, we don't give a damn. We'll give you money to destroy your own community. Um, we'll give these labels. We'll fund these labels as long as they putting out this drill music. Hell, they don't give a damn about the black community. Um, yeah. So since has there been any repercussions, like has the stock gone down, like Adidas, like are people still buying Adidas? Are people still buying Adidas? Y'all, are people still buying Adidas? Has the stock gone down for Adidas? We need to stop buying Adidas, y'all. Stop buying Adidas. Make them go out of business. Hell, I ain't even know people still even wore damn Adidas. Y'all make sure we stop buying Adidas. Reading book says he's still a billionaire. Adidas been really running out. Nobody wear shell toes anymore. Kanye was helping them stay in business. Now they saying they gonna sell his shoes without his name. Well, they'll probably end up um not selling the shoe at all. They said the stock for Adidas plummeted. Oh, praise God. See, that's how we have to do it. If they think they're gonna black diamond, I'm not gonna stand with the Jews on lynching another black man. Do you think it was right what the Jews did in their medias when all these other folks that they put in their medias like Dog the Bounty Hunter and all of them was using racial slurs? Kanye not trash. We support Kanye. And Memphis, nobody wear them unless you got no choice but to. Right. I didn't even know people still wore Adidas. And I'm serious. I hadn't really heard of nobody wearing Adidas since the late 80s. Hell. When Run DMC and them put that song out. My Adidas. So I'm glad it plummeted. Now we need to put Chase Bank out of business. I told y'all that that their interest rates are up high as it relates to black people. Now there are a few black banks. So what we need to do is we need to take our money, and that's what I'm gonna do. We need to take our money out of these banks that are not black owned and put them in the black owned banks. That's what we need to do. And we need to make sure we shop with black businesses only. We could cut a lot of this shit out. Last one we started wearing Last one we started wearing a dance was Puppet. Kanye don't like none of them. Yep. Y'all hit the like button? I hadn't even been paying attention. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me see if y'all have hit the like button. Child. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we only got 44 likes, so make sure y'all hit the like button. It's just open topics tonight. We could just talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We got into some of everything. He said he was jealous of them and wish we would be like them. Who said that? Kanye? Well, we do need to stick together. It was kind of compliments. Hello, Antonio. They taking what they want out of his statement to make it fit their narrative. Absolutely. I'm telling y'all, they're afraid of Kanye telling the truth. Kanye been putting a lot of truth into the atmosphere. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find Kanye's statement, y'all. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, y'all. They need to leave Kanye alone. Okay, let me show y'all. Let me see. It says, some things are bigger than money. My kids have no idea what daddy has gone through this past few days alone to secure the brand that will one day be handed down to them, God willing. These the future leaders. I said that right. These the future leaders would never back down, be stolen from, and forced to compromise who they are for the check. Okay, those are his children. And the man telling y'all they want you to compromise. Look at what Diddy do. They use Diddy as the gatekeeper. Okay. But I'm trying to find one of his statements. Y'all make sure y'all go buy the Yeezy slide. And make sure we put Gap out of business too, hell.
For me, this is an honor to be able to bring us together because we are the storytellers for the culture. We are the voices and the hearts and the minds and the brilliance behind a lot of what drives conversation online, although we often don't get the credit. Some of you may have saw the interview that I did with Ye this year at the top of the year, which wasn't a planned interview. It was something that organically came out of two people coming together for an idea about a conversation that was missing. And so when we were talking about
change, that you will give us the ingenuity and the power and the might to bring change upon the young, that we would bring change within real estate, that we will bring change within our minds and our bodies, that we could tell this community that God saves, He heals, and most of all, He rules. Bless this time of talking, bless this time of sharing. Oh God, let us be on one accord on together. Let there be love among us. Let there be a love of change that cannot never be broken. Be with us.
Okay, that's Kanye's Facebook page. Let me see. I don't see any other videos. And see, that's what they wanted to put into the atmosphere, that he was with a white woman here. He ain't the only black man ever. It's funny that they deleting all the videos of him except for the ones where they felt like he was being offensive to black people. Let me see something.
He wore a White Lives Matter sweatshirt. Candace Owens, our friend, was right there with him, also photographed in a White Lives Matter sweatshirt. And then Kanye's quote here is, everyone knows, this is the quote from Kanye West, everyone knows Black Lives Matter was a scam. And I sit here and I say, if he's talking about the organization and the millions of dollars, yes, it was a scam. And if he's talking about meaning a political scam, as in this was emotion over reason that did nothing good for anyone, also true, Clay. What a reckoning BLM has had.
Mm-hmm. Then they put people like him in the media to agree with them to make black people even madder, right? Well, hell, that man was probably already racist. Kanye didn't have a damn thing to do with that. Let me see something, y'all. I'm getting ready to go to Key Glock Instagram page. Y'all know we just freestyling tonight, right? Hold on. That's the time that I can't even sing it. I'm trying to sing. I keep hearing that song, that Roberta Flack song in my head. I feel like making love. I love that song. And I keep trying to sing it. And I know darn well I can't sing, but that just keeps playing in my head. I like the beat. I like the song. And it is an old song. Let's see what Mia J talk about. Mitch, they look so cute. They go Trey looking like his dad. I don't know who that is. Let me go to Key Glock page. Here it is. He said, put my niggas on their first PJ and they don't know how to act. I didn't see it, y'all. Was it on his? I didn't see it on his Instagram page. Did I miss it? Him being at Jackson State. It's rest in peace, young Dolphin. Yeah, Key Glock is. He's a nice looking kid. He really is. New to you say I stand with Yee too. He don't like being called Kanye no more because I'm sure they probably own the rights to that name. So he changed his name to Yee. Jordan is married to a white woman and Jordan still selling. Right. Jordan is married to a white woman. He left his black wife for a white woman. Ain't nobody mad about that. The black woman who went to school and became a lawyer, a very successful lawyer, to help him to get a lot of those deals that he got. Those blockbuster deals because she went to school and became a lawyer. And helped him to amass that fortune. Hold on, I'm getting some information. Let me make sure. Okay. Okay, I see. Somebody just sent me a picture of Key Glock at Jackson State. Shout out to Key Glock. Y'all know we just really so proud of him. And he really representing for Memphis. It makes me extremely proud. Does he still roll with Crybaby Trump? Oh, y'all stop. Yeah, we're proud of Key Glock. Shout out to Key Glock. Somebody need to expose the Illuminati, etc. The prejudiced people or sellouts are not gonna do it. No, because they like the crumbs. They don't even get them a whole steak on the table. They get them the damn crumbs, and they selling out their community. Then they want to take somebody down like Kanye because he wants to. He's exposing it. Hey, Flame Spitter. Y'all, today was supposed to be, like I said, like the devil really tried to, like the devil earlier today, the devil really tried to just have my day. And it really started out being a really good day. So then the devil started, I got some phone calls and the devil really just started trying to ruin my day. And even in the midst of all of that, I got a real big blessing. Because somebody called me about I'm gonna tell y'all something. I love taking cases where a person is looking for their biological parent. Like, to me, even though I get paid for it, to me that's like a what's the word that I'm looking for? Hey, 901 King Deshaun. It's like a ministry. I had to work in the rain all day. It's finally over. I know you're glad. when it's over, hey, you can sit at home and kick your feet up. But the enemy tried to consistently throw my day off. And that's the reason why, even though I had a free day today, that's the reason why when I get on here with y'all, it helps to like clear my mind when the enemy send things that is designed to destroy my peace, and he uses people. That's why you have to be very careful about who who you allow in your atmosphere. It could be family or anybody. The devil will use the people that are closest to you. Okay. And he sends them or others to destroy your peace. Yeah, shout out to Key Glock and Yee. Right. We like being on here. Thank you, Demo Publican. I like you being on here. Shout out to my moderators. Miss Yvette, would you like to come up tonight and kind of talk about what happened to your son? All you have to do is just tell a little bit. All you got to do, you don't have to tell the whole story, but just kind of tell a little bit. Would you like to? Can I drop the link for you to come up? Miss Yvette? Because it's open topic tonight. And you don't know how many more people that are in that area that might, that might know something, that might have, hey, don't be scared. I think it would be good for you. Jeff Lee, I didn't know you was in here. You've been quiet. You was in the bushes. Okay, I'm getting ready to drop the link for you. Thank you, Jeff, for coming through. Okay, Miss Yvette, just hit that link. Just hit the link that I dropped. No, I hadn't heard it yet, Flame Spitter. I haven't heard it. I like Gloss Up though. Gloss Up got a nice little flow. I like Gloss. Once you click the link, it'll bring you to the backstage. They beefing with each other. It's weird that two girls that was friends all of a sudden they get signed to different labels and they beefing. Is it manufactured beef? Is it something that the record labels got them doing to sell music? You don't have to show your face. Keep your camera turned off. Yep, all you gotta do is keep your camera turned on. About them using the FNF song. So was Gloss on the FNF song? Or is she siding with the producers? Is Gloss siding with the producers? Because I believe they're trying to steal that song for God in them is trying to steal that song from their producer. In my opinion, I believe the producer. Right, showing your face is optional, Miss Yvette. On FNF album with all the girls. Yeah, Gloss Up is signed with QC. I can't understand though why they, why all of a sudden they're into it. It's, it just seemed like to me it might be manufactured or something, to sell music. I don't know. But I think the other young lady is very talented. Also, Gloss, she's very talented. Um, Anusa, you said she loved when OG say Young Gotti. He said every time, don't it? Okay, here she go. Hey,
Hello,
Miss Yvette.
hello. How you doing, Miss Tamara? And
I'm
everyone?
doing good.
That's great.
Is it raining down there in your area?
Yes, it's been raining here.
I'm in northern Mississippi. I'm at the top of
I
Mississippi.
didn't hear you.
I said, I'm in northern Mississippi, so I'm like in the Mississippi that's by Memphis.
Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends and family there.
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But I love the Delta.
Hold
You
up. I
down there?
hear. Am I hearing two different people?
No, this just me.
Mm,
Do you
okay.
have an echo?
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Maybe I need to. What do I need to do for that? Because I have my earpiece on. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I
Because
okay.
I mean,
Do I need
I
to?
don't. Because when you talk, I don't hear an echo.
Yes, I do. I let me see. I'm trying to see what I need to do for that. I can't. I can hear you pretty good. I just hear an echo myself.
Oh, okay, because I know I don't hear you coming through very clear. I don't hear an echo.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about your son because you have been reaching out to me, and I don't ever want you to think
Yes,
it's just I stay I stay
I
so
know you
busy.
big.
My mind is I'm very forgetful too. But can you tell
Okay.
us a little bit about your son?
Okay. Okay. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's my earpiece or something. Okay.
Yeah, if you got on an earpiece, sometimes it'll echo in your ear.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and
Okay.
what was your son's name?
My son's name is Jeremy Myers,
Mm-hmm.
and he he went to prison when he was like 16 before his birthday. His birthday was December 30th. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna move my laptop. Okay.
Okay.
So what I he would Jeremy.
Okay. His name was Jeremy Myers.
Yes.
Okay, and how old was he?
And he was 16 when he went. It was for a robbery, um, and a girl, she was with him, and she got caught. And, so she got caught. She just since he had a gun and he had this money that he had robbed the store, he the, yes, yes. And so the girl called rape or whatever. So they took. He was 16 years old. He
Mm.
was about to turn 16.
Okay.
He went to oh, so he went to court, and they didn't let me know when he had court. And I was at work when I found out that they gave my son 18 mandatory years. They was trying to give him about 70 or 80 years, and he'd never been to jail before. So they I got off work and I found out that my son had 18 mandatory years, and he was about to turn 16 because it was just before Christmas. And so, and that was in 2005, just before Christmas. His birthday, December 30th. So, just a couple of days before he turned 16, he went to jail. And he never came home. He did 16 years. He's supposed to be 18 mandatory years. So he was moved to different prisons and everything. And he was doing pretty good in there or whatever. And, I'm just waiting for him to get out or whatever. So he would complain about being sick or whatever because he had asthma. But when he needs to see the nurse or the doctor or whatever, I always try to call for them to try to see him and whatever. But I never got a chance. Nobody never called me back or nothing. They never did anything. So this particular time, he was telling me that, Mama, I missed 2 meals, and can you get me something to eat? And I told him I'm gonna try to get some money because I'm not working right now. I had a few surgeries back to back, so I haven't been able to work lately, and so I just it makes me feel bad. So I was trying to get the money, and he was looking so sad and depressed. But my kids, I have 4 girls, and so they real close, and he talks to them, but he don't want me to, he don't want me to know anything going on with him. So I didn't know he had been throwing up blood, but he said he was throwing up and can't keep nothing down on his stomach. And so when I called the nurse this particular today, which was November of last year, on the November 5th, I think that was on a Friday, yeah. So when talked to I called a nurse and I left a message. I never, out of 16 years, ever had a phone call back from a nurse. This was shocking to me. And she had my son in there and asked if it was okay for her to talk to me about his, what was going on with him. And he said yes. So I talked to him also. And she told me he had lost weight. And I'm looking at his face, and he already slender guy and tall. So his face was just sunken in, his jaws. And he just always kept his head down when, looking, when talking to me or whatever. And but the nurse told me she was going to watch after him and everything. I said, well, if he can't keep food down and he's throwing up, I need him to see, he needs to go to a hospital so they can run tests to see what's going on. If it's something, that he ate. I mean, see what's going on with him. But they the next day, which was the 6th, November 6th, that's the same day King Von died. So I end up getting this phone call. When I got that phone call and they said, Chaplain, I gave my daughter the phone. And I told them I can't accept that phone call. And she almost fell to her knees and started crying. And I'm like, I already knew what was going on then. And I'm like, no. The next day, I just got through talking to the nurse and my son, and he's dead the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't accept that. You know,
And what prison was he in?
he was in oh boy, he was in what's the name of oh my god, let me see, it's wow, what's the name of this prison?
It's the prison down in Mississippi. It's around Jackson, Mississippi.
It's I um I'm trying to think. My mind just, oh Lord, have mercy. Wait a minute. Um, I knew I was gonna need the paperwork.
That's okay. You could always tell us another time. Don't stress yourself about it. Because you had already sent
Yeah.
me some other paperwork also.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yes, it's what's the name of this place? I got my paperwork right here. Um, my mind is really. I can't. mm, Um, I also sent you his autopsy.
okay. You sent it to my email?
I'm just getting it and to your email because at first I ended up having the wrong email. I had lost my number and stuff that I had. That's how I didn't have your phone number anymore.
Okay. Yeah, send
And so
once when we get off here, I'm gonna give you my because I think
mhm.
didn't you text me the other day on one of my cell phones because I got three. I know you got
Uh,
a
I'm
if you could
I'm
I
not sure. I
want to
know
text
I've
you
been
my
trying several different ways to try to get in touch with you. I
yeah,
thought
I know
maybe I
you
had
went
to
through
just
my
try to appear on the
website.
TV.
Yeah, I know
It's
I
Aquinas
know
County.
what's the name of it?
It's a. Mhm. I'm not. I think I probably did. I probably thought it was your job. I mean, what your television show number or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Well, you can send it to. I'm gonna give you my personal email address so you can send it to me.
Okay. Yeah, because I had that, and he was in Sequina County
Mm-hmm.
at the time. In Sequina County, and I also when the coroner, not the coroners, but the what's his name, the chaplain. When I talked to the chaplain, and you know, mhm, okay, yes, that is it's Sequina County he was in,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to get his medical records. I've been waiting ever since he passed last year. I'm just getting them like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the coroner told me to hurry up and, if I'm going to try to, get a lawyer or do anything that I need, because I feel like it's wrongful death or whatever. It's a lot of things that didn't add up if the coroner ended up calling me back. Because it took me a while to find out what my son's body actually was. That was a problem.
So when your son died,
And
they didn't tell you when your son died, they didn't tell you where his body was at?
no, when he called me, because they tried to call me about 8, and I felt so, you know, irritated that morning. And I told my kids I called them and told them, if anybody try to get in touch with me, tell them, please do not bother me, because I took some medicine and went to sleep that day. And the next, about 8 o'clock, I seen them. Mhm. No, they told me they was going to give me a call. That's what the chaplain said. The chaplain told me that he would give me a call so I can view the body or whatever. And I I waited. It was like 10 or 11 when I got that phone call. But I also had that phone call about 8 o'clock, but I wouldn't answer because I didn't know the number. I, I don't like to answer numbers I don't know. And so I went on. I got up and I just went to the bathroom. And you just called the number back. And when he said the chaplain from Issaquah County, I just gave my daughter the phone because I had got a phone call like that about my mother, and I just couldn't, not my son, you know. So the next day I called them and I tried to find out where my son's body, and they couldn't tell me right then. And then they told me to be like, since it was COVID, yeah, since COVID was going on, they was telling me that it's gonna be like a few weeks, like maybe 6 weeks before they even get to his body to do an autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that I want to make sure they left blood or whatever, so medical records and everything, so that I can get an autopsy done also. And you know, the guy, the coroner, I mean, the chaplain told me, he gave me the what's her name? He gave me the coroner's number and name, and told me to call the next day. So I didn't take his word for that. There's no need of me waiting till the next day to call. So I called that same day. And when I talked to her, I gave her my email and everything so that she could, when she get the autopsy back to, so she could send me the information, his autopsy report. Well, anyway, she called me right back, and I told my friend, I said, would you please start recording? Because it's something she got to tell me. And when I talked to her, she asked me if I could trust her. And I told her yes. And she was like, well, the chaplain and one of the wardens is asking for his autopsy before I receive it. Why would they want that? And she said they came to her on many occasions asking for that. And she found that, pretty odd for them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
She thought that I should know that,
Mm-hmm. They wanted the coroner to give them the autopsy before you got it?
Yes, ma'am. And this was the warden and the chaplain and a warden. Yes.
Oh, wow. So did they ever tell you, what did they say the cause of his death was?
It's all in your. I sent you I sent you a copy of his autopsy report. They're
Okay.
telling me that he had a large amount of meth and yes, yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
He kept on asking me if they can move him. He been trying to get moved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, they have drugs that was in his system, methamphetamine and cannabis or whatever. But a large amount. I mean, it was so. What happened? Because on the report says that it was accident. His death was an accident,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and it was like I don't know, like a large portion of drugs. He just barely could eat. The autopsy also said that I guess the nurse said that haven't he haven't been eating anything for over a couple of weeks. I didn't understand that, and
Mm-hmm.
he's dehydrated. Why was nothing done if he haven't ate in weeks?
Right.
This is what the nurse said.
Has there been any other deaths in that jail? Because I think I was telling you about that. I was listening to, there was a rapper who from out of New Orleans, and I just so happened to, because I used to like his music, and he
I know when
died.
I had mentioned it to you, you was thinking that was the guy, the big rapper from oh,
New Orleans.
I'm not sure if that's the same one, but it could be. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. But
It
I think
probably
that was
have.
the same jail. I was his
Yes,
daughter.
he was
Yeah,
telling me.
his daughter did an interview recently, and he died a few years back, and she said that it was I thought everybody thought it was like an ongoing condition that he had. She said that they was very shocked. He said that he was not
Well,
feeling good.
this was very shocked, but not just the drugs. I know people probably go to jail and end up on drugs or whatever, you know, but this, he just barely could eat.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. He said, sound like somebody tried to hide the reports of how her son passed away. Yeah, it seems it is weird.
Uh-huh.
Um, had there been any bad conditions in that jail? I mean, because if he was sick, they was actually because medical is only designed to like to give you your medicines and take your blood work and stuff like that. If he
Yeah.
wasn't eating and he was having pains, they was actually supposed to take him to a hospital.
He was having pain, lost weight, and couldn't get up there. He was having pain, throwing up, couldn't keep anything down.
Mm-hmm. You think they poisoned him?
Something happened, and I have people trying to tell me things, and people that I kind of know that was in there with them. They don't want to really say nothing. Um, yes. So this hospital that he's in, because he had been to a few other places that was, you know, jails. He was in punishment also, and they had COVID in there real bad, and something happened. Yes, something happened. If they didn't poison him, they surely did neglect him, because if he's throwing up blood, and I didn't know that, my daughter told me that, and can't keep anything down. If he's not getting up to get his food and missing meals, then he can't get up to get his food. So it's something wrong with him. He
Mm-hmm.
needs medical attention if he's missing his meals.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't keep anything down and you seeing him, y'all, you know, when he went to that nurse, they already knew that he had been sick. If you're telling me that he haven't ate in weeks on the autopsy, this is what's on there.
So it sound like to me they let him starve to death too. Then, right?
Yeah, because he was in pain. They should have been checking. Anything could have been wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They so it's just and then when I asked him for his belongings and things, his property, I'm thinking he got about 8 pieces. I mean, out of 16 years.
They only gave you 8 pieces.
I mean, he had asthma also. They never really let him see the nurse in neither one of the facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one. I've always had to call, and he was, mostly staying in lockdown because, you know, he, had to almost fight his way in there and stuff. So, I mean, I haven't seen him since they had a riot down there, and before he has earbud. He has. I got a box with deodorant, aloe vera lotion, um, an empty jar of soap, his hair grease, a piece of paper, um, a magazine picture on a poster board, a plastic bowl, a hairbrush, earbuds, and a necklace with a cross on it. That's it. Not one letter from no one of my family members, me or no one, out of 16 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
So tell me what do you think happened?
I really think I don't know. It's something I don't know. For those waters, it's something happened for them to want those results before I receive them. Why would the chaplain and the warden, why would they want that before his
Mm-hmm.
mother received that? And I think somebody did something to him
Mm-hmm.
because he's gonna hold up. He's gonna take up for himself, or whatever.
It sounds like
She's
that's what
gonna
happened.
hold up for herself.
But what I can't understand is if he
And
had not eaten and he was throwing up blood and he was sick, why wouldn't they get him to a hospital?
but why would the nurse have on there that it's been over weeks that he haven't eaten anything? I don't understand it. And I'm thinking when I called for his medical records at the hospital that they took him to, because I didn't know that to the nurse. I mean, they didn't tell me he went to a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Wow.
I didn't understand. That's what I don't understand. And see, I haven't seen my son since I haven't seen my son since 2000 and um, mm, 2009 when they had a riot before he went. I mean, when he was a juvenile, then I haven't seen him since then. Only talked to him and things like that because wherever he had to go, he had to fight or whatever, stayed in lockdown or whatever. So I just talking to him was even better. I'm waiting 2 more years for him to get out. Now, I'm thinking at the time that they when I called to try to get his medical records from the hospital that he passed, they had his body at. They told me that, I'm thinking that was just one time he been there, but he been there on 2 occasions. Why I didn't know that? I didn't never receive a phone call about my son being at that hospital. I didn't know he went to the hospital when he passed.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So let me ask you
Because they
something.
was telling me they didn't know where he was, his body was.
Wow. So even though the jail is really they are responsible for him. They didn't know where his body went.
Well, the chaplain could tell me anything. I had to try to look around. I had family looking around for my son, and I finally got a call back. I had finally got a call back um, from the chaplain, and he was, mhm, yes.
That sound about right. I mean, because that happens. They wanted to make up a false report of what happened to her son and make it sound believable, and then give it to her.
Well, that's what the chaplain told me,
Wow.
and I understand that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand any of that. But when they told me that it was going to be a few weeks before his autopsy come up, mhm.
So, did you all get to give him a proper burial?
um, it's not even paid for. Um, my family's supposed to be helping me with that. Um, it just didn't turn out like that. So, mm,
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, what would
we
you
got
like?
him there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not paid for, but
And he's
I
been
had
passed.
family members taking flowers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just, that was the worst. I thought about just my son passing and things that was bad enough, but I didn't have family to come and see if I needed anything, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So he's been passed away for
so
what, a year now?
it'll be a year on the 6th of next
On
month,
November
and
6th.
I didn't hear you. I couldn't
It'll
hear
be
you.
a year. It'll be a year on November the 6th of this year.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
so the coroner told me that I got like a year before I could try to get go to court for this or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Have you spoken to a
It'll be
lawyer?
a year, November 6th. I've been trying to get lawyers, but when I first had tried to get a lawyer, he told me that he was waiting on me to get the autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that off of here. Um,
Yeah.
but so let me ask you this though: what would you like to see happen?
I just want justice. I need to know what happened to my son.
Mm-hmm.
I've I've, I've talked to a couple of lawyers, but they wouldn't take the case. But the lawyer that I had at first, he was telling me when I get the autopsy report, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is,
I
no, go
uh,
ahead.
I need the prison, the nurse. I need them to help accountable for my son's death because they neglected him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's my only son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I just need some answers, and I need somebody held accountable for his death because he didn't hurt himself, or nothing like that. My son was trying to get home so he can help me.
Mm-hmm. How long did he have before he was going to be released?
2 more years. He did 16 years. He had 18 mandatory years to do, and he did 16 years.
I couldn't get past a 16-year-old boy went to jail, and because he was a minor and they didn't make his legal guardian a part of nothing.
No, I was at work and I found out that my son went to court and got 18 years, mandatory years. How he had 2 more years. He did 16 already. He had just did 16 years. He had 2 more years to do.
Mm-hmm. Did he have a
He
paid
wasn't quite.
lawyer? What his lawyer allowed them to do that?
Look, you know what, Miss Tamara, this what happened when I was at court. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
when I was at work, and when they gave him those years. I mean, when he went to jail, when I found out he was in jail, and I called it county, and that was in Madison County because I was living in Canton then, in Canton, Mississippi. So
Yeah, I
when I
know what
went to
cancer.
court, no, he didn't. Yes, he had a court appointed attorney, and
Mm-hmm.
what when I found out he went to jail, and they told me he was in jail, and I called the county jail to find out what he was charged with. They told me the first thing they said was statutory rape. This girl was outside. She was 18 years old, and he wasn't even 16. And but it was a robbery that he had did. But the girl, her father was a pastor, and she was outside. They was outside on a dog road having sex, and he had, she knew he had robbed the store, he had the money and a gun, and they was outside having sex. And when they saw, somebody must call the police and said they was out there, and she would start running, and told him that she, so she was getting caught with him, having sex because they had been going to my cousin's house. I didn't know nothing about this,
Mm-hmm.
and they said she, called us rape many times because her father was a pastor or whatever, but she was older than him, so they had to change it to say no forcible rape or whatever. And
It seemed like to it seemed like to me that it's something wrong with that whole judicial system to charge a 16 year
Madison
old
County
boy,
throws people
yeah, with
away. They
statutory
throw them
rape
away.
of an 18-year-old girl. Statutory rape.
Yes, they have to change it and say forcible rape then. They had the whole. I'm like, what do you mean? Why she's not? Why she's not in jail? Why is he in jail and she's not? I didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So they told me to hold on.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
They throws them away in Madison County.
Yeah, Madison County, that's
Yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi, right?
Yeah, it's in Canton, Mississippi. They throws them away in Madison County.
Oh wow.
You know, my twin brother had a case overturned. So, you know, I don't know if it's something dealing with them, picking with them, you know, with the Myers or, you know, my daughter. She, you know, it's, yeah. It's just, that's Canton, you know.
Yeah. Well,
It's right before, yeah.
well, I understand that it's hard for you. Um,
Yeah.
losing your son unexpectedly like that. And
And
as
I'm
I
just
was,
studying waiting on the autopsy, you know, and that's what, you know, I didn't know I had at least a year before I, you know, could take this thing to court or I won't be able to do anything, you know.
mm-hmm,
And I've been looking and I don't have any help with nobody help me try to find a lawyer or take the case.
mm-hmm. And you said that the attorneys down there in Jackson, Mississippi, you can't get them to. None of them want to go up against the prison.
I've been calling a few of them. You know, I've been trying to call a few of them to see, you know, about trying to take the case.
Mm-hmm.
I told her I was just went down the phone book, you know, trying to get answers or someone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is, let's see. When I get off tonight, well, I have a free day tomorrow too. What I'll do is, I'm gonna call you. Go to my old email address that you have been sending me emails to, or it's still my email address, and send me your phone number again. It might be still in there, but just in case, because I.
Okay.
All right, and thank you for coming up.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, y'all. I really feel bad for Miss Yvette. Um, to just for her to not know what has happened to her son. It's sad. It do seem like it was something that they was trying to hide. It if nothing else, if he had been throwing up blood for weeks and he had not eaten anything, they were supposed to send him to the hospital. He was supposed to go to the hospital. They weren't supposed to just let him sit in that cell and die. And it seemed like to me that's what they did. They just let him sit in that cell, and it do appear to be negligence. Um, if they didn't take him to the hospital or whatever. But be quiet, Remy. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Be quiet, please. Yeah, that's sad. It's very sad. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to lose their child. Okay, it's hurtful for anybody to lose their child, and especially if you don't really know what has happened to them. My brother died, and after coming from the hospital, they are not. Okay, I know he wasn't supposed to sit in that cell and throw up blood. and not at least be taken to the hospital, because the jail nurses are not equipped to handle anything like that. Yep. All right, y'all. We've been on here 2.5 hours. I actually got on. Y'all really made me feel a lot better because, like I said, today it's just been all over the place. But oftentimes, what seems bad really is not bad. It's just God. Um, God will reveal things and show you things, and it's really not that bad in the end. So, um, thank God for revelation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to put into the atmosphere. When you pray for stuff, when you pray for God to reveal things to you, thank Him when He reveals them, right? And this is the season of revelation. I feel in my spirit, where as those that are truly seeking God and praying for a clear vision to be guided in the right direction, God is going to reveal things to them so that nothing, they won't be blindsided by anything. No deception, no danger, nothing. Yeah, this is the season of revelation. I'm glad to hear you say we made you feel better. Yes, y'all made me feel better. Because I was all over the place earlier today. I was. Like I said, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Okay? And a lot of times we get off track and God get us back on track. Hey, D-Mom. Yeah, tomorrow isn't right. Tomorrow is a new day. That's true, Miss Courtney. Now that statement, and you know what? That's a beautiful thing. I remember one time, I have a sister that's married to a pastor. And I remember one time, it had to have been over 10 years ago. I was going through I was going through like this breakup with this guy. This was over 10 years ago. And during that time, my sister and I, that particular sister, we all grew up together, so we was real tight. And she always had scriptures and stuff for me. And she said, I remember she said something similar to that. She was like, "You had a moment today, but tomorrow is a new day, child. Forget about what happened today. When you get it over into tomorrow, don't worry about what happened yesterday. You might have had a bad day yesterday. That was yesterday. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be a new day. Start all over and get it right." I never forgot that. So you're right, Courtney. Tomorrow is a new day, and you'll feel differently tomorrow. You have to consistently strive and fight for peace, to keep your sanity, to pray, to be happy. Like I said, it's not. You have to fight, especially when you got so many demons and stuff in the atmosphere that's consistently praying, that's consistently trying to disturb your peace, trying to steal, kill, and destroy. You have to fight for your peace. Okay. Christ can make those new days sweet. That's true. Absolutely. Did you hear about Seoul and South Korea? I didn't. That's right. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Absolutely. And joy, that's right. Joy will come in the morning. That's for sure. Um, y'all made me feel better tonight, though. And, we sending prayers to Miss Yvette. For her son. Oh, all right, you guys. I really appreciate y'all getting on tonight, as always. We've been on 2.5 hours. Y'all know we could have went longer. But I want to get up here and fix me a salad or something, a small little garden salad. Yep, Korea had a Halloween outdoor festival and over 300 people got trampled. Oh my God. Jesus, how did that happen? So far, 146 people are deceased. Oh my God. My God. What is going on? How in the world did that happen? Jesus Christ. Hold on, y'all. They thought it was a celebrity there and everyone was moving, trying to see the celebrity. Oh my God. Collecting souls. It's something it's something weird about that. You're welcome, Miss Yvette. She said, thanks, Miss Tamara and everyone. Something needs to be done about Kim Jong, Vladimir Putin, and the other ones, and Biden. Don't forget him. Courtney says the people were in a venue and ran out in the street screaming. They could not breathe, child. Who knows? Wow. That's why I don't do big events. Me neither. I don't be meaning no harm. People invite me to a lot of their events. Lord knows I be wishing I could go. I'll send them some money in a minute. I can't come, love, but I'm gonna support you. I just ain't gonna be able to come. I'll send them $100, $200 or something. They be glad of some money. They forget you ever even exist. That's why I don't do big events. Yeah, I stay in my lane out the way. Yeah, in the house. Whew. Remy, stop! You're getting on my nerve. His time is almost up. You talk about Biden, because I hope Biden. Yeah, his time should be up if they don't go and re-vote him in. I don't believe Biden would make it through another 4 years. Lord stop me. Lord stop me, because I'm getting ready to get started. Because y'all know I can't stand Biden. So I'm asking God to zip my lips. They showed people picking their friends up off the ground and some giving CPR. Oh my God. This is the end of the year and it's all, yes. It's almost like somebody was saying that early, like a purging or something. And I believe that. It's just best to say I've never celebrated Halloween. since I was an adult. I would always take my kids over to the church and let them get some candy. But as far as going trick-or-treating, going to different people's houses, I never understood people so damn sick. They want to put poison in candy and hurt kids. Mm-mm. It's just evil on so many levels. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. My mother stopped letting us trick or treat when sickos started putting razor blades in candy. Yeah, you got to be sick to do something like that. These folks is sick. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on, y'all. Tim, when me and you were coming up, criminals placed razor blades, needles, and other things in candy. Yes, they did. And I got quiet because hell, I don't mean no harm, but I ain't moving to a neighborhood for a bunch of white boys to get drunk, and you could hear they loud music and them laughing and shit. They all outside when they all had their asses in the house. That's why Remy barking, and they having a good old time, and it's raining out there. Hell, um, Tan with me. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, and it's only getting worse last days. They got their asses out there drunk, that back there by that lake. You ain't even supposed to be around water when it's this dark, and then it's raining, and I guess they back there getting drunk. Oh, it's time. I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get on off of here. I want to thank y'all for getting on. I want y'all to have a good night. Shout out to Miss Yvette for getting on and talking about her son. And we sending prayers to Miss Yvette so that all things can be revealed. Okay? I love you guys. Have a good night.